Big day, and by the way, can I ask you about Oracle first? Just docketing approved by the Metro Council, big day for Nashville, and then big day for Maury County.
Well, we've had a couple of big days, and it all started a couple of weeks ago with the General Motors announcement down here. 1,300 jobs, about $2.3 billion. Our largest economic development project was right here in Maury County. And then this past week and earlier this week, we wrapped up our final negotiations with Oracle. Hopefully they're going to now come to Nashville. We had a vote in the Metro Council, 40-0, which doesn't happen very often. And of course, that'll not only change Nashville, but the region, including this area, and of course the state. Because at the end of the day, we've calculated about a $2 billion GDP annually is what Oracle means to not only Nashville, Middle Tennessee, but to our state.
And now JC Ford.
And now JC Ford today. This is a great California, another California win. This is a company coming from California. They could have stood up a plant anywhere in the U.S., and they chose Maury County, Columbia, and of course the state of Tennessee. So 200 great new jobs, about a $30 million capital investment. And of course what we're really excited about is the quality of the wages for this project are exceptional.
And what are they telling you, these companies? What is like the main factor, no matter what location Maury County?
You know what? So it's interesting. It used to be about incentives, and then it was about an educated workforce. So the state checks the incentive box, thanks to a great General Assembly. We check the box about education and making sure that we have a workforce that's ready and willing to go to work with the skills. And now it's about quality of life. When you think of Tennessee, we see this mass migration to our state because we have low taxes, very business friendly, no personal income tax. We've got a great education system, and again, the Tennessee communities are just very nice people, and that's part of that attraction.
And something that was brought up was some companies are not making investments right now because of COVID, yet we're seeing the opposite here.
We've had a great run, and it seemed like with COVID, the world truly shut down for about a year, and then January 1st, the world reopened, and of course Tennessee has been able to announce some great projects that, including this morning's JC Ford announcement. So the world at Tennessee is open for business again.
Anything else we can expect in the coming months? Maybe some more big investment opportunities?
Well, we have some real great prospects, so we're going to continue to pursue. And so hopefully in a couple of months we'll have some other great announcements. But I can just say, as far as for this area and this community, because of the massive two investments that General Motors has made, with LG Chem, you'll see, I think, some suppliers that'll be a part of that ecosystem that hopefully will be interested in coming to Tennessee.
Can you tell us what the landscape will look like physically, where their imprint will be as far as the building or adding on and whatnot?
Yes, so we have two buildings here, and they're going to both be part of the manufacturing process, and then they're going to build a third building on this additional land. And so hopefully that will be not only for part of the manufacturing, but it'll be R&D, it'll be sales, and it will be operations and management. So they'll have, I think at the end of the day, 3 great buildings on this campus.
In 6 months it'll be ready?
Yes, sir. The manufacturing will be ready in 6 months, and then of course they will be building out some of their additional business infrastructure, which will take, I think, beyond the next 6 months, probably over the next year.
Commissioner, I think you mentioned, I think you called the wages high quality. Do you know the average
yes,
wage?
So what we define as high quality wages, so we identify whatever the average county median wage is for Maury County in this case. And then Governor Lee has asked us to use our state incentive dollars to attract companies and projects and jobs that pay at or above those median wages. In this case, I think the average wage will be north of $23 against a county median wage of approximately $16. So that's what we say really true family wage jobs. That's what JC Ford will be providing to this community.
And are you able to share any of the economic incentives the state may have shared with JC Ford to make this large investment?
So the great news is the state does incent ECD. We have our own budget thanks to the General Assembly, and the short answer is we have what I'll call an incentive appropriate package. Now we'll be releasing that in about 3 weeks, but just know it'll be incentive appropriate. It's based on the number of net new jobs, it's based on the quality of the wages, and it's also based on the capital expenditures. And so this company checks all those boxes in a great positive way.
And another thing too, something that was brought up with Oracle as well, well, making sure that people from Nashville are hired. But people here from Maury County, will they be prioritizing?
I think so. I'm going to ask you to speak with the J.C. Ford company, but I can tell you the reason they picked this community was that the quality of the workforce and the right numbers with the right skill sets are available in this community. So I think the short answer is a super majority of those jobs will be available to the local community and the surrounding communities.
You know, Commissioner, I'm a Nashville native, and I've watched over the years, been in Tennessee a long time. There was a lot of courting that had to go on between Tennessee and companies. Other states were really fighting. Are we at a point now where they're looking at us first and really wanting to come here? Or is there
We wish that were the case, but I can promise you, in my 4+ years, every project is competitive. And what I mean by that is when companies decide that they're going to down select to the southeast for a lot of the same reasons Tennessee is attractive, so are some of the adjacent states, then it becomes again a competitive process. So we compete with Georgia and Alabama, North and South Carolina every day for every project. So while it's still competitive, the story we have to tell in Tennessee sure is a lot of fun.
and we're the best?
We think so.